Welcome to this course, Intro to Cloud. My name is Jim Sullivan. I am your instructor. This course is a presentation of Coding Bootcamps. Our first session, Session 1, Cloud Terminologies. Our agenda, overview of cloud technology and cloud technology terminologies. So in a nutshell, the cloud is a term about a global network of servers, hardware, databases, networking infrastructure, all connected by the internet. The cloud is not a physical entity, but it's that vast network of computing resources all around the globe, which again connect to one another using the internet as a medium. And together, they are meant to operate in a single ecosystem. So some cloud terminology. So artificial intelligence, AI, is available on the cloud. And what AI is, it's certainly applications, data, and hardware, very fast hardware. It's meant to use data to actually make decisions. So it can make decisions or recommend decisions in order for better business outcomes. Business analytics tools, also analyzing data, looking for trends that may not be necessarily obvious. This allows for better direction of resources within the business and also just in general, better business decisions. Cloud bursting, cloud computing, these are all ways of scaling up, essentially almost like renting computing resources when I need them and then stop paying for them when I don't. Cloud computing types, there are types such as infrastructure as a service, which gives us our hardware and our networking that is, again, almost like a rental model. When I need to scale up, I can pay either by the hour or the month for that additional infrastructure. And then there's platform as a service, which gives us a database and other types of almost middleware for additional computing power when needed. And then there's software as a service, which are software applications similar to Gmail or Yahoo Mail or something like QuickBooks, where I don't have to run the application on my own computer or my own infrastructure. I just pay almost like a subscription for those vendors to actually host that application for me. A cloud service provider, somebody like an Amazon or a Microsoft Azure who actually has these data centers and makes this cloud computing infrastructure available to the public and to businesses. And cloud storage is, just like it said, it's part of infrastructure as a service. You're able to use additional storage or scale up storage and have those cloud computers, which are offsite in remote data centers, store data for, again, individuals or businesses. Computing grids are really set up, are almost localized networks of data centers that operate, that try to make the cloud and the performance as efficient as possible. Data sharding, DevOps, these are all covered. DevOps is both a methodology, but it's also a way of hosting data. Elastic computing, like the term, like it looks like, elastic computing gives you the ability to stretch up or add resources as needed, and then when you don't need it, it can return back to the size that you had. Hybrid cloud, that is covered in the next session, but that is a way of actually taking cloud servers and making them part of the business network by using a virtual private network. Infrastructure as a service is covered in the next session, and we already introduced this. This is storage and networking and hardware that is available to me in the cloud by cloud providers. And we did talk about machine learning, that artificial intelligence, again, learning, tracking the outcome of certain situations and then making better business decisions. It's all done through algorithms. So the computer programs do return a decision. The outcome and the results are noted. If desirable, the computer will tend to pick those decisions more. If not, will make other decisions. So the algorithms actually learn based on outcomes. And middleware are almost runtime type of environments, things like web servers and other Java runtimes. They actually allow for calculations. They actually allow for web pages to be built and for mobile applications to be built. So it's that middleware that the middleware is not something that the user directly interacts with, but it provides that layer of processing that will return data back to the user and take the requests from the user. NoSQL is a certain type of a database. These databases are very, very efficient, as opposed to a relational database, which uses tables, and there has to be a specific a structure query language used to get data out of these databases. NoSQL has a place in being very, very fast and efficient. Again, we talked about platform as a service, covered in the next section. Private cloud, we'll talk about this, but private cloud is an on-site data center. A public cloud is somebody else's data center that a business or an individual enters in a business agreement with, and they will either host or somehow rent or make available computing resources when needed. Software as a service we've already introduced, and that's covered in the next session. Serverless computing is actually quite interesting. That is where only when an application is needed, a server actually comes on the fly. It almost sleeps while it's not being used, and it's only that virtual hardware, that cloud hardware, only comes on when needed. So that is a way to keep costs down. Although at times it can be slow because there's that time period when the serverless computer and the application need time to come online. A virtual machine is a way of using hardware, or as a way for computers or for special software allowing computer images to actually share hardware. And virtualization allows for computers to use certain connectors and certain objects to connect to the hardware exactly the same as a physical machine would, allowing the hardware to be available to many computers at once. So please consult your training materials for more discussion on cloud terminologies. And as a recap, we had our overview of cloud technology, and we had we discussed cloud technology terminologies. Our next session is Introduction to Cloud Computing. Thank you again for watching this video, and again, this was a presentation of Coding Bootcamps.